discover yourself and become the person you were always meant to be. One of her advocacy, and of course, her debut book, Karina, no other than Miss KK Biernath. Welcome, Miss KK on Book 101 Review. And can you please introduce more about yourself that I miss?
Okay. So my name is Karina. I have decided to publish the book under my pain name, not under my married name, to honor where I'm coming from. And this is something where what I was struggling for a couple of decades. I had a very strange relationship with my father. And when the idea of the book came, I decided to publish it and as K Biernath, which is initials of my name and my maiden name. So, and it was the instinct, came straight from my heart. Besides that, so I'm originally from Poland. I moved to United States in 1999, looking for happiness, like everybody. I was struggling in Poland and thinking that a change, and I was thinking a change would, meaning like moving to a different country, would bring me happiness. And I thought I found it. I found a good job, got married, had a one child, another child, good career, but seemed like it didn't work. And I got divorced, remarried, got the children with disabilities, and moving forward. At some point, I have decided what I came here for: the money, the good career, having a nice car, nice clothing, going on a business trip wasn't what I was looking for. And I quit my job and decided to be home, stay-at-home mom to help my disabled child who has a cerebral palsy and be mother to the other children. And also the idea of a book came with that change. And then my transformation and transition as a person started. So I can easily say I am not the person I was 4 years ago with a change when I quit my job. I am each day I am becoming the person I was always meant to be.
And thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world, Miss KK. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The subtitle frames Karina's journey as a move from fear to freedom. What was the specific pivotal moment in her story where she moved from enduring her circumstances to actively choosing a different path?
I can say that I had two moments in my life which pushed me to change my life, to go, you know, to go against my fear or despite the fear to make some changes. Um, First marriage, there was a situation when my husband made a joke, called me, telling me that I'm free. He left, and I was in shock because he left me, though I didn't mind to some degree. I expected that. But when I came home, he was there. But in that 1 hour, when I was driving from work home to take care of my kids, I was not in fear. The opposite. I was strong. I was planning. I felt courageous. I knew what I had to do. And that moment showed me that there's still a lot of courage in me. The courage I came with back 1999 was still there. And it was one of the first steps to change my life. And but then life took its course. I remarried, had more children, and then things started to fall apart as well, and my body started to fall apart. And after being diagnosed with anemia for years on, then dealing with another health issue, and finally I figure out that I have a Lyme disease. That's why I'm so tired, and I'm like, there's something really off. I really believe how I feel emotionally affects me physically. And I decided to change the way I approach therapy. I started to look towards holistic healing. I made my first session with a Polish holistic doctor and started to get my life back.
Well, interesting, Miss KK. While Karina's story is deeply personal, what do you believe is the most universal, resonant theme for readers, regardless of their specific background?
Could you repeat the question? I wasn't not sure if I understood it.
Yes, definitely. So, while Karina's story is deeply personal, what do you believe in the most universal,
Oh,
resonant theme for your readers,
oh my
regardless of their
God.
specific background?
Got it. Okay. Well, I think we all have some kind of fears in us. Maybe fear of, I don't know, a spider, but there may be also deeper fears, like what some other people, how others sees us, how others view us, fear of doing things, fear of changing jobs, fear for approaching a girl you like to ask her for a date. I think it's all universal. I truly believe we all have it, but some of us go do the things they're scared of despite of a fear. Some of us never cross that line. And which is very sad because I think all of us have a capacity to conquer the fear, to do the things we love despite the fear.
Despite the fear, for sure. As you said, fear is loud, but freedom can be quiet. How do you approach capturing the internal, often subtle shift in Karina's spirit as she began to reclaim her life?
So now we're talking about the freedom. Recently, somebody asked me the question, so what freedom means for you right now? So my freedom right now is, and this is my internally how I feel. Nobody sees that, right? It's just how I feel. I I say I have a freedom because I can be myself and I don't have to pretend to anybody who I am anymore. I have a freedom to meditate if I want to. I don't have to ask anybody. I have a freedom. I give myself permission. I have a freedom to be disliked by other people. So I guess whatever I am doing, dealing in life with right now, I do it from the freedom point. There's, yes, there are days, but there is some fear, but I will do it anyway because I know I can, I want, I am allowed to.
Yes, you are allowed to for sure. And tell us, Miss, what is what was it about Karina's story specifically that compelled you to dedicate a book to it? Or was it an act of witness, a lesson you felt others needed, or something else entirely?
So, number one, the book is dedicated to my children. So, I have four children from two different marriages, and two of them were born with disabilities. So, with that came challenges. And I myself struggled with different type of issues during my life. We can get to there later if you want to. That's why I believe anybody can relate to me to many words I put on the pages of the book. Example, eating disorder. I dealt for decades. Growing up in a dysfunctional family, my father being alcoholic, taking care of a role of a parent in a household after my stepfather died, and probably also doing the same, being parent of my parents as a child when I was very little, and then troubled marriages, relationships. Who doesn't have it? Health issues, and dealing with that. So I think there is a lot of readers can um, relate to. I was actually reviewing the last chapters of the audiobook I'm creating, and I was like in an off mode, and I'm like, wow, I like what I said. Oh, I was reading as a reader more like it, and I'm like, wow, I'm really glad I was reading or rereading, listening to those words today. They even helped me. My own book helped me yesterday. So yeah, so I think a lot of readers would be able to relate. Not only women, I think also men, as long that person is open to memoirs, and because some of the issues are universal, like alcoholism, dysfunctional families, health issues, eating disorders. Not only men have it, I mean, women have it, men have it too, and so on.
Miss Carino, let's talk about the character, adversity, and resilience. Karina's fear likely was not a monolithic. How did you explore its different facets? Was it fear of a person, a fear of failure, a fear of the unknown, or something more internal?
Uh, in my case, I think was a fear of failure and a fear of disappointing others and losing others, I think. Definitely fear of failure, not being liked by others, meaning which goes back not being, in my case, feeling like I was being loved by them, um, trying to please them, hoping they're gonna like me more. Yeah, so fear of failure and fear of being disliked by others, which right now I know that there are people who in my life who like me despite or with whatever I bring, the good or bad. And there are people I just don't click with. And those people just pass through my life journey and that's it. Go. And some of others stay there forever.
Stay there forever. So, Miss KK, who were the key figures, allies, mentors, or even antagonists who most profoundly shaped Karina's journey for better or worse? And why were they essential to her transformation?
Hmm. Oh my God. Number one, my best friend Monica, I call her Moni. We know each other from for 10 years and we totally different people, but despite me moving like crazy during the course of my life, we always stayed friends. And she was the one who was into holistic medicine, holistic life, and she was like, inviting me, Karina, read that book, listen to that podcast, join that webinar. And so she was the one introducing me and kind of hoping for my better future and wishing for my better future and always showing me different way to go. And she was the one who introduced me to the Polish doctor and then that Polish holistic doctor. I mean, she was just right on target with asking the right question, which clicked into the right wound. There was a lot of tears shed, emotions released, and instead of hiding whatever was inside, I started to deal with that. And who else? And then there by myself, I just, there was the last 3 years, not this year, but 22, 2020, 24, I was just like a sponge, soaking all the knowledge from YouTube. So there was, Ajahn Brahm, a Buddhist teacher. There was Tony Robbins. There was a time of Tony Robbins. Jim Rohn, Dr. Joe Dispenza, which actually went to his progressive retreat in Spain last year. And there were also Polish teacher because I still would like to embrace where I'm coming from. And I believe there is a lot of wonderful people who I can learn from, teachers I can learn from. So there were like some from there, like Mateusz Grzesiak, Marzanna Radziszewska, and her recall healing teaching. Then there was my yogi teacher, uh, Małgorzata Mostowska, and there are many more. Kemi Nekfapil, my coach, I was working with this year. So, and more. Um, I guess the world, the universe was just sending me the right YouTube videos, so the right suggestions from people around me and who helped me. with a transformation. And I cannot forget yoga. I finished yoga teacher training this May and didn't plan it. It was just another instinct. I have to do it. And my teachers, Eileen and Paddy, were just, I couldn't have better teachers. There are different ways of teaching yoga, but they taught me the way I really appreciate and which really clicks with me.
So, Miss KK, as an author, what are your short term and long term goals?
What are my goals? Future goals?
Yes, please.
Oh, my goals are to write, to find the time and write. And since I published the books, self-published the book, there is a pressure to market the book, which is wonderful. But I think a lot of us writers, authors are not born with that gene, which it doesn't come easy for me. But I have a second book in mind. I can easily say two-thirds written. It's gonna be poetry book, and I'm hoping to have it released year, maybe 2 years. I also would like to translate them more into Polish, which I'm gonna do by myself and then publish there. So it's also gonna be months of work and editing. And I also have a feeling the book will have a different sound in Polish because I'm gonna edit in different stage of my life. And I want to create, period. I'm not sure what. I don't see myself in fiction yet, but I will see. I would like to, I believe my goal is to inspire people to better their life and to create their life with love and kindness in mind. It's what I try to live by. And it's very hard. We are, it's very hard to be loving and kind every day, every minute of the day, every day. But I do my best. And if I do make mistakes, I try to correct them, be mindful. So I want to write and do yoga.
Mm. Good luck to your goals, Miss KK, and looking forward for more success. And what will be your piece of advice for those people out there who want to be an author like you?
For author like me,
Yeah.
write from your heart, always. And don't worry, just listen to your heart and put on a paper whatever your heart tells you. Be true, authentic, true to yourself. Don't worry about the outcome. Maybe your first book will not be the successful one. I'm not sure if mine will be the successful one. And it brings some fear back, but trust the universe, the creator, the God, the source, but the good thing will come. And just enjoy your life and enjoy the journey as you're writing, because I think this is the best time you have really. Right now when the book is out and published, it's much harder. I love the creative part, the part of creating the book, putting the words on a paper, in my case on a keyboard. Yeah, be authentic and true and listen to your heart. Always.
Listen to your heart, indeed. And thank you for that advice, Miss KK. And can you please recommend a book or books that influence your journey?
It didn't start with you by Mark Wallen. And it basically says that, yes, we are born a certain way. And he believes that through the genes we carry past traumas of our ancestors. So the way we are, it may be because our ancestors were sent away and we just carried it over in our genes in our karma. And this book had a very big impact on me at some point in my transformation. If I wouldn't read the book, my life probably would have different, would look different right now, totally different. But yes, I mean, there's so many books, but when I was, getting ready for the interview, I'm like, because this book really had an impact on me. This book stopped me to make a very drastic decision in my life, but to recommend it.
Thank you for the recommended book, Miss KK. Yeah, and if you could go back in time and whisper one piece of encouragement to Karina at her lowest point, what would it be?
All will be fine. You are good. Always.
Yes, always.
That's it. That's it. Simple. Let's keep it simple.
Simple but empowering.
Yeah.
Why Karina? By naming the book after her, you center her identity. What does what choice signify about story you wanted to tell versus a more thematic title?
Hmm. Well, I had a different title in mind originally. Actually, two different titles. It started with dedicating the book to my kids, and so it had a totally different title, but then it was supposed to be Becoming Me. And I scratched it off. We decided there's too many Becoming Me out there. And then I'm like, what about just simply Karina? It's about me. And I liked it. It just, yeah, it's me. So how more meaningful can it be? It may be inviting to read as who is she, like Karina, but now when I even speak about it, it really sits well here. This was the right and perfect choice.
Miss KK, to what extent was Karina's journeys a solitary inner battle? And to what extent was her freedom found in connection, vulnerability, and community with others?
Oh, wow. It's a long question. Okay, so definitely, number one, in order for someone to change, you really have to look look deep within yourself. It means you have to spend a lot of time alone to reflect on your feelings, what you did, what you said, what you did not said or done, what you think you're gonna do. So this is the time when you are alone. Also, my writing, I think, was that time as well. But through the writing, there was a lot of emotions coming right as I was writing, which was, yeah, it was healing. It was part of my transformation, also part of writing the book, part of my therapy. And then you said that the freedom, and then the other part was after I healed, I found a community and different people, totally different people. Oh, maybe two-thirds. So the friends, the people I am surrounded by right now are way different. I would say 80% from the people I was socializing with even 5 years ago. And they tell me that these connections, these friendships tell me, or communities tell me that I am on the right path, but whatever I am doing is right. And I love it. And I also believe that we get what we ask for, and also that we attract people who are like us. So these are just the right people for me who believe in the same stuff as I do, who see the world similar to me or try to act in the world similar like I do, with love and kindness, and also being kind to themselves, like yoga. So yeah, so there was a solitude first, and still, obviously, there are days, because we all need it. We should reflect on ourselves, on what we do, how we act, who we are often. And this is how the changes happen. But there's also the time, like for me, this afternoon, I went to yoga. And I love seeing my teacher. I loved seeing other familiar faces and participating in the class with people which care for that and know what is good, and just the energy, just beautiful.
The energy indeed. And Miss KK, before we wrap up our discussion for today, I invite you to please do listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, abstract poetry in second season, and mob book 101 review in fifth season too, comedy 101 fourth season, and mob food 101 in sixth season this December. Geography 101 Love Letters, Movie 101 Review, Music 101 fourth season, Science 101, Sex 101 in second season, My Baby Podcast Law 101, Mental Health 101, Bible Verses 101, and coming this December, Entrepreneur 101. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. So, Miss KK, after the last page is turned, what is the single emotion or idea you most want to linger with the reader?
It's a very interesting question. I mean, actually, the last sentence of my book, it's all about me. And I think we all have issues, we have relationship issues, there are conflicts we encounter every day. And, we like to point to others and think that it's all because he's certain way, he didn't give me certain way, or maybe she said this or that. But by the end, it's all about me or us or you. It's all about how I react to that situation, that words, that situation, that word, what somebody said, that argument, because I have a choice to change it. And yeah, so maybe I would like to leave the reader with reflection, Is it about you? Or is it about that person? Is it about the world around you? Or maybe how your life is right now? Is it because you are a certain way and you're perceiving it a certain way?
Yes, and thank you so much for sharing, Karina, to the world, Miss KK. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And can you please invite our listeners to support your debut book, Karina? Miss KK, can you please invite our listeners to support your book?
Of course, my book is available on Amazon to buy in a soft and hard copy, also
Mm-hmm.
on Barnes& and Noble. And you can find more information on my website, www.kkbiernath.com. You can follow me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. And you can also reach out to me via email if you want to. I love to receive emails. I love to receive traditional letters. My address is on the website, and I welcome any letter. And I also have events happening, which at least once a month, if not more. It's just the beginning of my journey. And I post information about those events on social media, also through my newsletters. So you can subscribe to newsletter, which I'm trying to send at least twice a month as of right now.
Twice a month, people. Yes, support Miss KK Biernath, because if you support her, for sure, more and more empowering Karina will rise. So, Miss KK, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate for having on your podcast.
Mordicon people, see you soon.